Have you ever stopped to think about why countries even have flags? Why is a simple piece of colored fabric raised so proudly, honored so deeply, and sometimes even fought over? Flags aren't just decorations fluttering in the wind. They are powerful symbols, loaded with hidden meanings, cultural identity, and national pride. Some people salute them, others die for them, but most of us have no idea what they actually represent. Today we're uncovering the fascinating truth behind the world's flags, what they really mean, where they came from, and the shocking secrets hidden in plain sight. Trust me, you'll never look at a flag the same way again. The origin of flags. The concept of flags goes back thousands of years, long before modern nations even existed. In ancient civilizations like Egypt, China, and Rome, flags or flag-like symbols were used to organize troops on the battlefield or mark territory. Back then, they weren't made of cloth. Some were wooden poles with symbols carved on top, others were animal skins or painted banners. In the Roman Empire, legions carried standards with eagles or gods, which served both as a rallying point and a symbol of power. But it was during the age of sailing and global exploration that flags began to take on their modern form. Ships needed a way to identify where they came from and whether they were friends or enemies. Nations began designing official flags to fly above their fleets, creating the tradition of national flags as we know them today. Eventually, these flags moved from ships to city halls, battlefields, embassies, and Olympic podiums. And suddenly, a piece of cloth became something much, much bigger. Section 2. Why flags matter. Flags are more than fabric. They're emotion made visible. When a flag is raised at the Olympics, it's a symbol of pride. When it's burned during a protest, it becomes a symbol of resistance. And when it's draped over a soldier's coffin, it speaks of sacrifice and remembrance. A flag is like a nation's signature. It captures an entire country's identity in just a few colors and shapes. But here's the strange part. Many of us don't actually know what the colors, shapes, and symbols on our flags even mean. So let's dive into some of the most well-known flags around the world and reveal the surprising stories they tell. Section 3. Hidden meanings in famous flags. Let's begin with the United States. The American flag is instantly recognizable, with its red and white stripes and 50 stars. The stripes represent the original 13 colonies that declared independence from Britain, while the 50 stars symbolize the current 50 states. The colors aren't random either. Red stands for bravery, white represents purity, and blue stands for justice and perseverance. Interestingly, the current design of the American flag was created by a 17-year-old high school student named Robert Heft as part of a class project. He got a B-. That same design was later adopted by the US government and now flies over every embassy, military base, and government building around the world. Now let's look at Japan. The Japanese flag is perhaps one of the simplest in the world. A red circle centered on a white background. But that red circle is not just a dot. It represents the rising sun. Japan is often called the land of the rising sun. And in their mythology, the emperor is said to be a direct descendant of the sun goddess Amaterasu. So this seemingly simple design carries ancient religious and cultural meaning that stretches back thousands of years. The flag of South Africa is one of the most colorful and symbolic. It was introduced in 1994. Following the end of apartheid and the election of Nelson Mandela. Every color on the flag has a meaning. Red represents the bloodshed of the past, green stands for the land, black for the people, and the remaining colors, yellow, blue, and white, reflect the various communities that make up the country. But it's the Y shape that holds the biggest message. It symbolizes the coming together of a once divided nation. It's a flag of reconciliation, progress, and a new beginning. Brazil's flag looks like something out of a science fiction movie. It features a green field, a yellow diamond, and a blue globe filled with stars and a white banner. But here's the wild part. The stars on the flag actually represent real constellations seen in the Brazilian sky on November 15, 1889, the exact day Brazil became a republic. The banner that crosses the globe reads Ordem e Progresso, which means order and progress. That phrase is inspired by French philosopher Auguste Comte, whose ideas helped shape Brazil's early government. Nepal has the most unusual flag in the world. It's the only national flag that isn't rectangular. Instead, it's made of two stacked triangles. The shape represents the Himalayan mountains and the two major religions of Nepal, Hinduism and Buddhism. The flag also features a moon and sun, symbolizing the hope that Nepal will last as long as those celestial bodies. Arter. Then there's Switzerland, whose flag is almost just as unique. It's one of the only square national flags in the world. The white cross on a red background represents peace and neutrality. Two things Switzerland is famous for. Fun fact, the symbol of the Red Cross was inspired directly by the Swiss flag. The colors are just reversed. Section 4. Colors and their hidden symbolism. Flags around the world often use the same colors, but they rarely mean the same thing. Red often symbolizes bloodshed or revolution, as seen in flags from Vietnam to Turkey. White frequently stands for peace or purity. Green is associated with nature or Islam, depending on the region. Blue can represent freedom, the sky, or colonial influence. Black often represents mourning, strength, or African heritage. And yellow or gold usually symbolizes wealth, generosity, or sunlight. Many African countries, for example, use the colors red, green, and yellow. This isn't just aesthetic, it's a tribute to Ethiopia, one of the only African nations never colonized. Its colors became a pan-African symbol of resistance, unity, and independence. So why do countries have flags? Because humans need more than borders. We need identity. We need stories. A flag can be simple or complex, ancient or brand new, but every flag tells a story of struggle, hope, power, and pride. The next time you see a flag waving, don't just see color and cloth. See history, see meaning, see a nation trying to be seen. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which country has the most beautiful or meaningful flag in the world, and why.